Movies like The Associate show Whoopi Goldberg, you know, easing her way into and cracking their thing and whatever. Show the movies that help you to see you better. If you can't watch those kind of movies, they said you don't need to be watching TV unless you're decoding. Okay, it is 5 o'clock, so I'm thinking that we're done unless someone has a question. And I know I didn't get to cover everything that I wanted to cover, but there's one thing I want you to try to get if you haven't seen it yet that can show you a lot about this pink critter as I was describing them yesterday, and it's called Gulliver's Travels with Ted Danson. That movie's dropping it. 5:30. 5:30. I thought we were supposed to end at 5 o'clock. Oh, excuse me.
You say
Gulliver's Travels?
You get the animation, Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's Travels. I mean, there's a whole bunch of movies that are out there, but they just wanted me to give you some ideas of the things that you should subject your mental to.
You know, one of the biggest problems that I found out about doing our own thing is that because we are stuck in Rome with these contracts, that's one of the biggest problems we have, doing our own things and learning how to cancel the contracts without being in the government. Because you can be over here doing your own thing, and a spy will go back and tell the government wrong what they're doing over here, and they can come in and break it down.
What did the Ancestors say? Groups of what? 3, 5.
Right.
If you got a group of 3 to 5 and something gets back to Rome, you can quickly figure out where the problem is in a group that small. There should be no running back to Rome in a group of 3 people or 5 people or even 10 people. You understand?
Yeah.
What did they say? The hell with Rome. Don't be afraid of them and what they're doing because they're going down. All they want you to do is be ready to stand when Rome falls. You need to be able to do something. You need to be able to be an ambassador and an emissary that can communicate in other languages. You need to be able to have skills and trades. And you need to be able to count the world's money. You can't lead if you can't count. You understand? Now, I'm glad that we got these other 30 minutes. There's another thing that just came to mind that they wanted me to touch on. And I hope I have my notes on that, and I probably don't. But a lot of our people, they wanted me to hurry up and tell you this, so I don't know why I didn't say it first. A lot of our people are in the process of returning to what they call the Kabbalah, these types of sciences. The Ancestors wanted you to be clear on one thing, albeit that the Kabbalah started with you and your people. Do not, under any circumstances, take any of those books or any other so-called magical book and work these spells at face value with the verbiage that's already there. Because a lot of their symbols, and I'm not... Where's with the marker? Just that quick. How'd the clock get fixed?
Big Dave fixed it.
Thank you, Big Dave.
That's the least he can do.
Now see, that's a skill we're the master. Hey, you can build them. Build some and sell them. Back in the day, they had these great clocks that people used to go find tree trunks that fell, and they cut the trunk, put these brass numerals on them, the mechanism behind them, shellac them, and that was big bucks. I can't, let me see your book, baby. We were talking the other day. Let me see those books. Hopefully I can find something here, because I did not bring my book to show you. Has anybody ever seen these different, okay, not this one, these different pentacles of power and things like that with Hebrew letters around them and things like that? Basically, the Ancestors said, you can take the concept, but you must create your own. Because the way those, pentacles and things are going now, that are being in some of these so-called Jewish things like this, and other things from the so-called books written by the so-called Jews, Cretans, the Christians of Rome, a lot of the verbiage or the other languages that they use, and I gotta find this one in particular, I hope it's in this book. The verbiage, when you translate it, is all about keeping you down. And if you, as a melanated person, with your amplification powers that you have, start putting out these images and chanting these things and saying these things, and you don't know what you're saying, you are going to continue a spell that's going to knock you out.
Right.
And plus, on top of that, we're also rhythm, so anything that we just spell out into the universe is supposed to be within a rhythmic state.
Yes. Yes. There was one in particular. For example, I don't have it off the top of my head, but who knows what the phraseology Ethiopian is supposed to mean? I know what it means, but who in here else knows what it's supposed to mean? Burnt faces, or when they talk about Ethiopians, who are they talking about?
Copper, brown, black people.
And who is that as far as you know?
Us.
You. There is a symbol, and this isn't it, but it's similar, and it's got Hebrew letters going around it, and some phraseology. Oh, so I'm trying to make a sheen here. What's this marker? Different stuff like this, and it'll have verbiage or phraseology going around it. I've seen some that, when you actually translate them, they say things like, and the Ethiopian shall be on his knees, honoring and respecting me. Or, we're going to break the pride of the spirits, or something like that. So what you have to comprehend about using these sciences is never take it at face value. Read the books, get the clarity of concept. Know what you know about the fact that all letters are words, numbers, symbols, sounds, colors, tones, frequencies, musical notes, energy, and a type of God. Each letter by itself is a whole little living entity.
Right.
Know what you know about letters to the best of your ability, working with, after you get that silence, tuning in, and you'll know what should be right for you or used by you. Create your own, or don't touch it at all. Do not, they said, do not allow our people to read any of these books and just start reading back verbatim what they see and cutting out the images as they see them and trying to use that as a symbol of protection, because most of the symbols are about whooping your own butt. It's about them staying on top of you. But you guys understand that already. So you can read the books, but they want you to be real clear. Do not take anything literally.
But that's just like in, what was the one that Beth Midler did, Hocus Pocus?
Yeah. I didn't see that.
When they spoke partially in French and partially in Spanish.
Okay.
F-A-I-O-S-A-Y, which means reverse that spell, turn them all dead.
Whoa. Do you guys comprehend that?
Yeah.
Because I know, how many people in here have started to dabble in the Kabbalahs? Don't be embarrassed to raise your hand. How many of you actually cut out an image just as it was and read it as it was and did it the way they said? You have to put your own, learn what the things are and create your own. Okay? Yes, sweetie. Because he's a Kabbalah master back there.
Speaking of the Kabbalah, and what they don't know is that in most Catholic books, they don't tell you about the separate dot. D-A-A-T-H. And doctor, the separate says to reverse all knowledge. Reverse all knowledge. So they can get comprehend. But if you don't know this principle, you don't know about this separate, they're losing the case.
Well, actually, when you pick up the book and you read it and you do it, did they use it against you or did you use it against yourself?
You use it against yourself.
You used it against yourself. Because remember what they said in their own so-called Holy Bible, that which is high will be brought down very low. Didn't I say yesterday that Solomon looks like so low man to me? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So who was very high initially? We were. Who has been brought down very low? We have. Now, remember, they didn't have the capacity to do it, so that meant what? We consented and agreed to come down. Why? So they could do what?
Come up straight.
So they could come up. Most of them did not take the time to come up spiritually because they were too busy trying to do what? No. In the Tortoise and the hare. You're the hare, you fell asleep. This is the opportunity, now that's an analogy. That's the opportunity for the tortoise to catch up. Instead of the tortoise steady running his race and catching up and evolving, he sees you over there asleep. Instead of him keep going, he did what? Came over there trying to kill you while you sleep. So he wasted his time. But see, can they kill you? We baby kids. We don't die, we multiply. Right? What are we?